Well, apparently people that used to work for BioWare are freaking out. Probably people who work at BioWare are freaking out, and just all around EA in general. And you know what? I'm here for it, man. This company's been garbage for a very long time. Pretty much, was it ever since Anthem, or was it Mass Effect Andromeda? Whichever one of those came first, that's really, really where this started. And I remember a lot of people didn't like Dragon Age Inquisition. And that might be actually where it started, where all of the bad sentiment happened and where it started rolling downhill, you know, snowballing. Mass Effect, too gay to survive EA's Saudi deal. Good. Good. If it's going to be like Dragon Age Veilguard, even 0.1%. I don't want no gay stuff in it at this point. I don't even want like a possible lesbian relationship. I don't even want none of that. I don't give a fuck, man. End it. End it all. We gave him an inch, and they took 1,000,000 miles. And you know what? I'm glad to watch them tumble. I'm glad to watch them crash and burn. I hope we get some actual good games out of it.
I saw this originally posted from Endymion today, and that was fascinating. He quote tweets PC Gamer and says, "Be BioWare.
PC Gamer.
Ruin core franchises for activist points. Weakened state leads to hostile takeover. We are the victims. Zero accountability for their actions.
How about
It's
that?
baffling.
Every time. No accountability, and they're blaming everybody else. When they literally said the entire time this is what they were doing, they were trying to get into our things and destroy it. Everything that we love. Because we're evil. We're wrong, apparently. And we tried to warn them. We tried to warn them that they're destroying everything, and they're not going to survive this. And here we are. And this is just the first domino, man. The rest of them are going to fall behind, especially if EA starts getting super successful after this.
How they can't see this." And this is quote tweeting an absolutely insane article from PC Gamer. Former BioWare lead writer reads the runes.
That's one of the gayest things I've ever heard.
EA Saudi deal and speculates that guns and football are in. Gay stuff is out. And the venerable RPG studio may be for the chop. Now, I will tell you guys, this has nothing to do with any of this. It has to do with BioWare is a complete shit show.
Yep.
And based off of...
Yeah, they're looking for anyone else to blame. They're looking for an out to not have to take accountability. And it's going to destroy them. Or they're going to get gutted. I hope actually they get gutted and we keep BioWare and we get an actual good Mass Effect. That'd be amazing. Until then, I'm just going to play Mass Effect 1, 2, 3. And fuck everything else. Man, I love BioWare too. Or loved. I have every great BioWare game. And I love them. Jade Empire, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, I guess. Even though it was kind of unfinished. There's mods out there that finishes it. You can finish it. Or you can come... You know what I mean? What other great games were by BioWare? I mean, obviously Dragon Age. But like, I'm talking about old. Like Jade Empire.
Of the Mass Effect Andromeda.
I need to play Jade Empire on my gaming channel. Link down there in the description.
Dragon Age, the Veilguard. And, I mean, too many games to count off the top of my head from BioWare in recent years. I can't remember the name of the one where you're jumping around. It was supposed to be, and you fly around everywhere.
Anthem.
Thank you. I remember. Anthem.
Dude, I tried to tell my buddy. If you've been watching my channel for a while, I talk about this guy a lot. I haven't mentioned him by name, but he's kind of a fucking moron. Whenever a great game comes out, and all of the gaming journalists come out and they're like, this game is terrible. He doesn't get it. He doesn't play it. And he even recognizes that it's actually a great game. But for some reason, he never plays them. Like Black Myth Wukong. He didn't play it. He still hasn't played Cyberpunk. He played it when it first came out. And he's like, I liked it when it first came out. And I'm like, bro, play it again. You'll fucking love it. And he won't. He will not do it. I forgot what my point was. Hang on, let me go back.
Supposed to be, and you fly around everywhere.
Oh, yeah. He got Anthem. And I told him way beforehand, I was like, bro, do not pre-order this game. And you know what he did? He pre-ordered it.
Anthem. Thank you, Iron Reaver. Anthem. That game cost them how many hundreds of millions of dollars? It was a massive.
Dude, this keeps happening. Ever since Anthem, really. Like, we get these hundreds of millions of dollars games, and they just fucking crash and burn. I've had enough of it, man. If I hear a game costs hundreds of millions of dollars, I'm immediately out. Because they're gonna bloat it, and they're gonna fill it with slop, and they're gonna spend all this money on it, and then they're gonna slap microtransactions in there to make their money back.
Massive flop. So yeah, when private equity...
It wasn't a flop. It was not a massive flop. It was a massive failure. It would have been a flop if the game would have been finished, but it was literally just a fucking demo.
And going to take a company private comes in to the picture. They're probably going to look at a woke studio that's losing hundreds of millions of dollars and be like, yeah, we're going to cut that. It's not because you're gay. It's because you're pushing gay shit that no one's buying. Former BioWare lead writer reads the...
And then pretending like people are.
Ruins an EA Saudi deal. Who knows? Maybe the Crown Prince is a big femship fan. The rumors have been swirling for a while.
I like femship. I think that was the last time I played Mass Effect. I played femship.
Because today brought a major industry announcement. EA has struck a $55 billion deal to go private in Saudi-backed buyout. It's the biggest leverage buyout in history, meaning that it's the new EA is instantly...
Isn't it insane to think about that 2% of that $55 billion is what they spend on one fucking game?
Saddled with $20 billion of debt and will face intense pressure to crank those profits. Yes and no. In fact, you could look at this where they already know going into this that there's going to be massive cuts internally at EA. Not so different than the Embracer Group, ironically, when that $1 billion deal fell apart with Saudi Arabia, that there were massive cuts.
Embracer Group, they ruined Borderlands 3, man, and I'm never going to forgive them for that.
And still going on. The ripples are still being felt with Embracer Group years later. I have a feeling that that's going to happen with EA. And it's also the latest step in the Saudi Arabian investment fund's mission to sports wash the brutal regime by using its influence and ubiquity across entertainment industries to distract from some of the world's most appalling human rights abuses. Oh my God. The activists that are right.
You know, appalling human rights abuses. All right. You mean like transitioning children?
Writing these articles about video games.
Mutilating children?
Well, they love to get their jabs in at anyone that they disagree with ideologically. As the crack team at PCG Towers discussed the deal, one line struck, I wouldn't want to be sitting in a BioWare chair right now.
Oh my God. I just read ahead a little bit. Holy shit.
Vibes around one of the all-time great RPG studios have not been good in recent years, and the fairly decent
Fairly decent? Fairly decent? What the fuck are you on? What are you talking about? Nobody's buying that. The reported budget for Dragon Age the Veilguard is widely cited as $250 million. You can't have a fairly decent game that costs $250 million. Are you fucking serious? Get out of here with that.
Dragon Age the Veilguard didn't persuade anyone that the studio is capable. I love, by the way, the cope here.
Yeah.
The fairly decent. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Dude, I watched multiple playthroughs of this game because I thought it was hilarious. And every single person I watched play it said it was trash.
PC Gamer,
and they weren't even right wing,
gave it a very good score. They gave it a 79. That's pretty decent. That's almost an 80. 8 out of 10. I'm gonna round up. That's better than fairly decent. I'd say a 6 is a fairly decent. An 8, that's a very, very good game. And
actually, so if the reviewers, if they like it, they give it an 8. If they don't like it, they'll give it a 6. But really, it's a 7. You know? That's how it works. If it's a DEI game that's a 7, they'll give it an extra point. If it's not DEI and it's a 7, they'll give it a 6.
An 8. A 9 would be a great game. A 10 would be a perfect game. Fairly decent. This is cope.
Dragon Age Veilguard got lots of 9s and lots of 10s.
They're starting to make it be like, because everyone realized it wasn't good, they're trying to take their score down now after the fact and be like, oh, it was fairly decent.
Yeah, we know what happened here.
Early this year, the studio
DEI
was
points
cut to the bone in a round of layoffs, though a new Mass Effect game remains in development for now.
Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm not buying it. Like, I don't care.
Guys, I would not be surprised if the latest Mass Effect game is canceled.
I love Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. I didn't buy them when they released. I didn't play them when they released. I played Mass Effect 1 in like 2012. Mass Effect 2, I played it in 2012. And I didn't play Mass Effect 3 until I got the Legendary Edition. And I got Legendary Edition. When did it come out? Because I got it last year. So it came out May 14th, 2021. So I bought it 4 years after it released. Good luck.
Out of this deal. In fact, I kind of expect that to happen. Everyone who's
hope it
ever
does.
loved a BioWare game, which is surely an awful lot of us, is probably feeling quite gloomy about the studio's prospects.
Nah.
Bro, I was feeling that before.
Yeah, I felt that back Anthem, Mass Effect Andromeda. After those 2 games, all right. I saw Dragon Age Veilguard coming a fucking mile away.
Before we got to this point, based off of their Andromeda, Anthem, and Veilguard, yeah, I don't think we need to wait for the Saudi Arabian to take over and cancel a game for us to feel gloomy about it. And that extends to former BioWare leads who are watching this acquisition.
I'm actually excited. I want to see what happens, man. The suspense is killing me.
And thinking pretty much what we're all thinking. It might not happen tomorrow, but this could be the death knell for the studio.
Woo! Let's
which again,
go! Fuck around, find out.
I agree. This might be. Patrick Weeks, who goes by Trick Weeks, was a writer at BioWare from 2005 to 2025 before getting, I believe, fired or let go alongside the entire team. Or
I gotta stop reading ahead, man. It's just so ridiculous.
Most of the entire team of Dragon Age Veilguard after the massive flop that it was. Working across various Mass Effect and Dragon Age titles, was a lead writer for Dragon Age Veilguard. They recently took the blue sky, linking coverage of the EA Saudi deal alongside an imaginary conversation that goes like this. Buyers, so your games, guns and football? Yes. EA, mostly guns and football. Yep. Buyers, no gay stuff, no politics. We're not going to like. Question mark. EA, haha, definitely not. Hey, could you give me 1 sec? I just need to shut down a studio real quick. This is bad. It's getting rid of the gay stuff from our studios that we love, the games that we love.
We're going to have to make normal things again. We're not trying to normalize degeneracy. Oh no! We can't propagandize the children who definitely play our games.
Terrible. Weeks was one of those laid off. That's putting.
Why do you care? It's just video games. Remember that?
Kind laid off at the start of the year, and so can afford to be frank. While anyone still at BioWare will no doubt be deleting all social media apps, lest temptation went out.
You can't be Frank because Frank is a toxic masculine name. You have to be Francis, so it could be gender neutral.
Yeah, because the lefty lunatics cannot, as we found out with the Charlie Kirk situation, cannot resist to say retarded shit online. As for the fans,
I love it.
A quick look at the Mass Effect subreddit shows the top thread on the acquisition is called simply, "It's over, Commander," with seemingly every fan of the series bracing for bad news.
Who? Who are the fans of the series? I haven't been seeing any of the fans of the series bracing for bad news. Everybody that I've been seeing is either like cheering it on or they're like, I don't care. Make
the
good
only slight
games.
notes of positivity are those who think EA might sell BioWare, but
And I don't think Saudi Arabia has got it in them to make good games, honestly. I mean, they might take the gay stuff out of it, but you still got to make good games. Even before the gay stuff was in there, they were making trash games. Like, when's the last time they had an actual good Madden game? Was it that Madden 25 game, the 25th anniversary? Is that the last one? When did that come out? In like 2014?
honestly, who's lining up to buy a AAA studio that hasn't had a major hit since arguably Mass Effect 3? Which is true, by the way, but I wouldn't
Even Mass Effect 3 pissed people off. They had to release a free DLC to change the ending.
put it past not buying the entire studio, but maybe buying the IP and making a
I'd be
deal
cool with
to
that.
transfer
Just switch it to a different company. Why don't we do these things? Especially Bethesda.
over the people working on the game to work at their studio and creating a new studio with the IP. That could theoretically
Hey, maybe they'll make some sequels to some old games that need sequels, like Battlefield Bad Company 3. Maybe they'll re-release Bad Company 1 and 2 so we can have those again. Because currently, Bad Company 2 is not available for purchase anywhere. It's gone. It's a puff of smoke.
depending on the cost, of course. EA Saudi deal was only announced today, and we're going to be watching the fallout from this for years to come, which I agree. It doesn't bode well for fans of any EA series,
EA has fans? Where?
really. According to who?
Yeah.
But for BioWare especially, this could be.
I think real fans are excited for this because they're like, yes, normal games. We're talking about longtime fans, not the fake fans of Dragon Age of Veilguard who obviously didn't even fucking play it.
Existential. I feel like this is glorious. We're finally returning to an age of, oh shit, we need to make games that gamers actually want.
Right?
We need to make sure that we're not pushing gay shit and propaganda. Here's, by the way, in case you're wondering, this is Matt Bomb.
And I don't even mind gay shit and propaganda. I just don't like the kind of gay shit that they're pushing. Like, I really, like, what's his name? Hammerlock from Borderlands 2. I don't care that he's gay. It's kind of cool. It kind of adds to his character. And they only drop little hints every once in a while. If you just played through the main game, you probably wouldn't know.
Plus, who has 977 subscribers from 7 months ago with 435 views. An interview about trans characters in games with Trick Weeks and Karen Weeks, which I believe this is Trick here, and I believe this is Karen here, and I believe they are married. But
do you remember when gay characters in games were just normal like everybody else? They just happened to be gay. Like you couldn't look at the character and be like, oh, that's a gay character. I mean, sometimes you could, but usually it was over the top gay. But you know what I mean? Like in Mass Effect, what was that chick's name? That was a lesbian, and you wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't even know it unless you dug deep.
really into trans
What the fuck
shit
happened?
based off of the stories they write, which is really weird. All right, I'm just gonna call it like I see it. That's
Probably because they're fucking degenerates, and they engage in degeneracy online, and they engage in it in real life, and they're fucking retarded, and they repeat things that they read on the internet, and they fucking believe it. It's not like they're lying. I think most of them aren't lying. I think they're just insane degenerates.
that's fucking weird. Don't know what to tell you about your relationship, but get fucking help, bro.
The panel.
Can you describe the PAX panel where the Dragon Age crew discussed trans representation with players? And I apologize for the audio being really low, but small channel, guys. It's the best I can do here.
Yeah, it's probably because all of these people that are into all of this stuff really got in a lot of people's ears and were loud about it. And normal people who just play games, they're busy going to work. Like, they don't care about any of this shit. They just want to go home, relax, and play games and not think about the world. And then you force the world into it. Get the fuck out of here.
Because we make a lot of assumptions when making games. We have to make our best guesses as to what players are going to want, what they're going to need.
Why would players want a trans character in their game?
Because 30 people at a panel told them that they would be attacked by the left if they don't do what they say. And also probably companies that give them money, like Sweet Baby Inc.
Your best guess
Embracer.
is players want a trans character in the game? Bro, this is why you're unemployed right now.
What story they want to tell and how we can help with that. And the panels are a good chance for us to just get feedback and hear people say,
yes, Paper Moose, this is a 90-minute interview, which I don't know who the hell would sit through this and watch this entire thing.
Somebody who's doing a deep
dive. You could not
dive.
pay me enough to sit through this shit. This is painful enough just listening to this part.
Here's something that we don't think you've considered, and we would really like to see that in the game. And it's important for us to hear that.
He's speaking very flamboyantly, which, I mean, whatever. It's just really fucking weird to be pushing trans characters in a game. It's really weird. And then trying to explain why you're doing it to gamers that don't want that in their game.
So for us, we were hoping to get, a sense of things we were missing, of blind spots that we had, as a group of well-intentioned, but ultimately at the time, very homogenous game developers. So that's what we were looking for.
Yeah, and just a chance to open up that.
I love how he's like, oh yeah, we're totally not gay or trans, but what if?
Forum for discussion, and a little bit of it was explaining sort of some of the hurdles, some of the constraints that we're working at as developers. We have a certain budget, we have certain tools, we can't, as much as we would love to have every single possible representation, permutation of what every person could look like in every kind of background, we kind of have to pick and choose and figure out. So we're looking at.
And this is what you chose. Are you fucking serious? Get out of here.
Why? Again, why would you love that in your game? Who's asking for that? Where is that ask coming from?
Comic conventions or cosplay conventions now. They used to be comic conventions. Now it's just cosplayers. Now it's just a bunch of sluts that want to go there to look slutty.
They can never answer that.
And pretend to be something they're not.
Just like, oh, we just want the most diversity we could possibly fit in our game. Why? Who cares?
Do we, since our efforts have to be targeted, how can we do that better? Where have we not looked that we could be doing better, and just getting feedback from people and hoping we can have a good talk about that.
At least on my end.
Okay, that's all I can sit through with this.
Thank you.
That is
Thank
definitely
you.
brutal.
I don't want
My
to watch
greater point
anymore.
with all of it is Trick Weeks does not work at BioWare anymore. And his biggest concern is that BioWare is going to fall apart because the Saudis don't want gay stuff. And they're worried that because
The gamers don't want gay stuff.
they focused on gay stuff at BioWare, that the Saudis are going to come in and chop that studio off right off the
Yeah,
bat.
not just that. They have a bunch of inclusive policies for employees that they hire. And all the blue-haired nose ring freaks, they're going to be gone. They ain't going to be dealing with none of that shit.
And you know what? They might. And you know what? That might be the reason why they do it. Ask me if I'm going to shed any tears. If the Saudis are
laugh.
investing $55 billion into a studio and they are like, yeah, that's not something that we want to be supporting. We don't want that here. Why should they have to support it?
They would support it, by the way. Just saying. They would support it if it would make them money. But it's not going to make them money. So they are obviously going to axe this shit.
Like, it's almost like this is reality hitting them. Finally. It took this to happen, but here it is.
It still hasn't. No, you're wrong, Smash JT. Reality still hasn't hit them. They think they're under attack by Trump. Dude, I'm seeing everywhere online people are blaming Trump for this because his son-in-law is involved. What the fuck? Like, what does Trump know about video games? Nothing. He knows about gambling a little bit.
my heart does go out for the people that do love Mass Effect, and I see the writing on the wall already right now. That when I do make that video, it's going to happen. I'm going to cover it.
Mass Effect's over. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, that's it. There's no more Mass Effect. We don't need any more. What I want is a fucking sequel to Bad Company 2. We need an end. Why? Why?
Mass Effect will be canceled. I already know. Like, it's going to happen.
They might make a Dragon Age game again. It ain't gonna be the Veilguard.
If it does come out from BioWare,
It might be a reboot. It's not gonna be a sequel. It's probably gonna be a reboot.
with no hiccups or anything, I will be the most shocked person on the planet, because
No, it's fucked.
everything I knew about BioWare going into Mass Effect
No, it's
was
fucked.
this game may not come out. And then this happened. I'm like, this game definitely not coming out.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Mass Effect is done.
I don't care. Good.
Do not be expecting Mass Effect 4. Again, I'll eat my words, but if I'm right, you got to give me credit, guys. I
Dead Space 4, anybody? Dead Space 4? I'll take a Dead Space 4.
feel like it's done here.
Do
We'll
some new IPs. Let's get some new games. Let's stop with the reboots and the remasters and the sequels. Let's just make some cool new stuff.
See. But yeah, I will leave that one there.
And adaptations too. We don't need any more adaptations. I'm done with it. I want something new. I'm tired of doing the old shit all the time. If I'm gonna do that, I might as well just go back and play the old shit. That's what I've been doing. Cause I don't want to play any of the new shit. That's just like remasters, reboots, except for the Resident Evil series. I fucking love Resident Evil. My favorite franchise. Anyway, I love to see this. This is great. This is so good for me. Sucks for anybody who's actually a fan of BioWare, but who is? Tell me what you think down there in the comments. Do you think I'm a moron? Do you think I'm going a little bit too hard? I don't think so. If you think I am, then I guess go fuck yourself, because I don't care. See you in the next one.